Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Fangirl Forum. Get on your comfiest merch, grab a drink, and relax as we dive into the world of being a fangirl. Today's episode is going to be a good one. We have a guest coming on in just a minute, and we are going to be talking about how we met. And I'm very excited to get this episode rolling. Welcome, Emma.
Hello, I'm Emma. I am Amanda's best friend from university from day one, all because of 5 seconds of summer. I walked into class after she had already sat down. It was like our first day of university, or like first class. It wasn't the first day, but it was like first class or something like that, like first big lecture. And I walked in and I saw you sitting like middle of the row, which is where I was planning on sitting. And you had a 5 seconds of summer shirt on. And I was like, she seems like a safe person. I should go sit with her because I like 5 seconds of summer and I don't know anybody here. So I came and sat next to you and I was like, I like your shirt. And you were like, oh my gosh. And then we became besties and had basically every class together for the next year. And then in that same class, we like found out that we were at the same concert, right?
Yeah, because I was wearing the tour shirt.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think I knew
so
that though, because I don't keep up enough with the shirt designs, but like I knew it was them.
Yeah, so I was wearing the tour shirt from the concert that summer, and we were literally on the same side of the stage. And no, we were on the other side.
No,
But
no, yeah, you were over here and I was over here.
yeah, I was on Michael's side. You were on Callum's side, and
Yeah.
we did not know each other.
And we
And
didn't
then,
bump into each other either because I was at the
I mean,
back of the pit.
we could have on the way out. Who knows?
True, I mean, yeah, we will never know.
But we met a month later, less than a month later. That's go.
Super
Very
weird.
weird coincidence.
Yeah. It just we were meant to meet. I was meant to sit next to you. I just find it
Yeah,
so funny that we were at the same concert. Like I still think about that. It's so funny.
we had
Yeah.
no idea, and we would like meet each other less than a month later. And then
Yeah.
flash forward.
I saw Shawn at the end of first year.
It's so funny because we literally had known each other for like less than a year. And we
Yeah, it
were
was
like,
like 8
road
months
trip.
to Montreal just for
We
like
went to
24 hours.
Montreal. Yep, very short trip, very hectic trip. Um,
It was like somewhat last minute.
it was like around midterms, I want to say. Um, Shawn announced that he was doing a Toronto show on the same tour that we saw him in Montreal. But he announced that he was playing the Rogers Center, and there was a Toronto only code that you had to get if you like went to Roots at the Eaton Center and like bought something. I don't even think you had to buy something. I think they handed it to us as we walked in, if I
Oh,
recall
did they?
correctly.
I don't. I think they did give us something, but I got you a hat
You got me a
for like
hat.
your Christmas present.
Um, and somebody was like, "Okay, who bought the hat?" And I was like, "She did." Why? Like, why is this random lady asking us
It was so
what we just
odd.
bought?
I was like stressed a little bit.
No, I know. I was like, "Are they about to kick us out?" Because like we bought the hat. Anyways, they were like, "You want a signed hoodie?"
I still have it. It's in there.
As you should.
It was so weird. I was like, I just bought a hat. Shouldn't you give it to someone who like bought more things?
No, I know. And it was so funny because you were like so hesitant to go too, because we had a midterm the next day. And you were like, I should be studying. And I was like, nope.
And then you did better than me on the midterm because I didn't study like at
Neither
all. I
did
think you had
I.
studied. No, I think you had studied like during the week, but I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I was gonna study the night before, and then I
Oh,
didn't.
and then I stole you away from your studying. I don't feel bad about it.
I mean,
Anyways,
I don't regret it.
so we did the Shawn adventure.
Yeah, that was the
Uh,
first thing, and then it was Five Sauce,
Technically, we weren't together for that show, but also yes, we were.
but I was with your blood, so
Yeah, you
I
were
was
with my
with your
mother.
mom. Yep,
Some
not
fat in
just a
my blood.
vial of blood.
No,
But
so
that I
that
regret
one
that every day. Not hanging out with your mom, just not being down in the pit. I love your mom.
show that you ended up going to with my mom. I asked you if you wanted to go to that show because that was supposed to be a 2020 show for Five Sauce,
Yeah.
and you were like, it was either you were going on vacation with your family at the time, um, of like the show. I think that's what it was. I don't know Because it was
I think
originally like,
I was potentially gonna be away, and then also, like, worried about buying the tickets and being away, but then also I was trying to move out, so I was like, "I gotta save all the money I can," but I
yeah,
regret it, I shoulda just bought them anyways.
yeah. So I got 2 pit tickets, and then I asked you if you wanted to come. You were like, "Nah." I was like,
I
"Fine."
did not say
Decided.
nah, I was, like, agonizing for, like, a week.
um, but then I took somebody else, and then my mom, like day of the show, was like, "I want to go," and I was like, "Oh, for Christ's sake!" All the pit tickets were like $300 resale at that point, and I was like, "You're not being in the pit, respectfully, because I'm poor. I'm a poor university student." I texted you, and I was like, "Hey, random question. But would you potentially want to go see Five Sauce on the Lawn with my mother? Because I found tickets on StubHub for $8."
Yeah, and there was, like, what, a tornado or hurricane warning or something like that that night?
It
My
was a
mom was so
tornado
stressed
warning.
about me going.
Cause I
She
think
dropped me off, she's like, "Don't die."
my mom knew for a fact that regardless I was staying. So she wasn't like, she was like probably a little worried, but she was like, "There's nothing I can say to get this lady to like actually leave." So my mom after the show was like, "Emma was like really having fun up there."
I was, like, dancing and everything.
And then flash forward to this Five Sauce tour in the nice year of 2023. Um, I asked you if you wanted to go, and you actually said yes this time.
Okay, I say no once. Why is it you actually said yes?
Anyway,
Sadly, like, crying, said no once,
but you said yes this time.
and I told you
Um,
never to let me say no again.
exactly. And
Until
we
they
got
become
tickets.
$600 for the tickets, then I will say no.
I will not, probably. Anyways, you used your dad's American Express to get us the pit tickets for this tour.
And that was very stressful because the tickets, every time I clicked them, they will only let me buy 1 ticket. And I was like, "No, I need 2." I specified that I need 2, and then no 2 beside each other would show up. Oh my god, and then eventually I, like, signed off, and then you're like, "No, they put more back on." And then I went back on, and I finally got them. Oh my god, it was so God, it was so stressful.
We saw Niall together
Yeah,
this year as
and then we
well.
bought now tickets too.
But this was your first time seeing a member of One Direction.
Which was so crazy. Oh my gosh. It literally like I feel like this at every single concert or any type of thing, but it's like I don't think they're real. And then like I see them walk out on stage and I'm like, "You're a person."
The setting that you saw Niall in for the very first time was so intimate. Like I want to say there was probably 100 of us there. Like that was
No
it.
way. There was
Less
like
than
60, maybe. There was so few people. Like that room was so small.
we were second row, so, and like the barricade was not a barricade; it was a rope. Wasn't far away from the stage either. So
No, we were literally like 6 feet away. It was so crazy. I just like was like mind blown the whole time because listening to One Direction since I was so small.
Niall is my favorite human ever. We know this. And like I looked over to you during this count and you're crying. And I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Because I did not cry
I was
at all.
sobbing.
I think I was like in a state of shock. And like when something like that happens, like I don't cry until after it's over, but I cry on the way home, like sobbed.
Yeah.
But it was just so funny because we did the meet and greet. And if you guys don't know how rushed meet and greets are, oh my God, are they rushed? Like you have
I did not. I had
probably
no idea.
yeah, you have probably like 5 seconds if you're lucky sometimes. So we went up and I went up first and I gave him a hug. I was like, "Can I have a hug?" And he was like, "Of course you can." And I think that threw me into shock a little bit because I was like, "Don't
Yeah,
ever say that to me again."
because you
But like
told me at
actually
the
do.
beginning, tell him, like, about the tattoo.
Yeah, so I have a Nile tattoo, in his handwriting, nonetheless. And I was like, I want to show him that I got it, but like, I also want to tell him that I'm seeing him in Boston for a festival at the end of this month. We walked up, I hugged him, whatever. Pretty sure you just said hi. I don't know. I was blacking out.
I don't remember either. I think I said, like, "Hi" or something.
We
"How
both
are
blacked
you?" I
out.
don't know.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So we took the picture, and then after I was like, I'll see you in Boston for Boston Calling. And he was like, "See you there." And like, huge smile on his face. And I was like, ready to die on the sidewalk outside after that little interaction. And like the photographer was like, okay, next, next, and you
They're
grabbed
like
my
shooing
arm,
it.
and I was like, what? You were like, your tattoo, and I was like, it's fine.
I didn't just say your tattoo. I was like, your tattoo, your tattoo. I was like pulling your arm out. And I'm pretty sure he was like, what is going on? Because we're like right in the middle. Like the line is all behind us. Everyone could see what was going on. And I'm like,
No,
your tattoo, man.
and we were one of the last people too. Like we
Yeah, we
stayed
waited
until
till the
like,
end.
but then it was a couple days before I saw him at Boston Calling actually that he announced his tour, and I was like, Emma, not tickets. So then your dad pulled through with his Amex yet again, and
A
we're
real
seeing
one.
Niall. And you're going to your first like real production like tour for a One Direction member. How does that make you feel?
Crazy. Especially because we're not going to be in the nosebleeds. Because I was in the nosebleeds. Like we were both in the nosebleeds for the Jonas Brothers. So like we're going to be like down there. I'm like, I don't know how to feel.
Dude, we're right next to B stage.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited. Yeah. Especially because like before university, I'd never gone to a concert or anything like that, right? Like the first concert was that concert that we were both at before we had met. And so like now all of the concerts that I've gone to have like kind of been like with you, except for one.
Except for the Jonas Brothers. But like we
Yeah.
saw each
But
other.
you were
So
there.
we were just on opposite sides of the upper
Yeah,
bowl.
legitimately.
The fact that we went from going to the same concert, not knowing each other, to like going to a bunch of concerts
Hmm.
after we met.
Yeah.
Wild.
I'm being like the go-to person.
If I didn't wear that Five Sauce t-shirt, I don't think you'd be sitting here right now.
That's the thing. Like, I don't know either. Like, I sat next to you because of that shirt, because I
Yeah.
knew like I'd have something to say to you because I'm shy. I knew that, like, even if we didn't get along, I could still like make it through that class with you because you had the shirt. And I was like, it's fine. Like, there's someone safe.
Like
I
there's
don't have
one
no
thing that
idea.
we had in common. Like one
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like great. And then after we got to know each other, it was like, oh my God, wait, like we're the same person in different fonts, kind of.
In different fonts. It's true though. Yeah, we are very similar. Fandom, I feel like, okay, you know what? I don't feel that people like see like people who love country music and all that as like part of like a fandom, you know what I mean? They just like the artist. But anytime someone likes like a boy band or like, it's like 17 to 25-year-old girls, they're like in a fandom, you know what I mean? I feel like it's like a very specific thing, even though like everybody's in some sort of fandom.
People have problems with young females liking stuff. Sorry, it's true.
Yeah, we like liking One Direction when we were younger and all this stuff. There was like a lot of like,
Harassment.
yeah, like being made fun of and all of that stuff, despite like, it's very much just like pop music that so many people listen to. I never said anything. Like up until now, like I really never told anybody about my music tastes or anything like that. And now, like I'm more open about it, but I'm still kind of like quiet. But I used to just be like, oh, I'm into like all kinds of music and all this kind of stuff. Like I'd never like name anybody because I didn't want anybody to harass me or like make fun of me for liking the music that I like or like the bands that I like. It's not very fair or nice. I think that like everybody associates like rock stars or like really good like influential musicians as like the Stones or the Beatles or anything like that, you know what I mean? Or like AC/DC, but they don't see like they I think they see them as lesser musicians and stars. Like I for sure think they see One Direction and like Taylor Swift and all that as like lesser. Everybody sings about like love and relationships and breakups and all that stuff, but only some people get chat on.
Obviously, love and breakups is something that everyone can relate to. So I don't know why so many people give her such a hard time for writing relatable music. Like she's easily one of the most influential people right now. Like she's on top of her game. Like she has a movie coming out about her tour. And like that's not a new thing, but it broke.
Only certain people do that though. Like only certain stars are able to put out a movie about their
Like just
music
their
and like their
tour.
life and all that stuff. Yeah.
One Direction did This Is Us or whatever, but it was like based on their tour and their life. This is just an Eras Tour film. Like there's nothing about her. I don't think. Obviously, I haven't seen it, but the fact that it broke the pre-sale, like or like tied the pre-sale record that Marvel held, and you're gonna sit there and tell me she isn't this like big superstar?
She just doing like what is it, 4 or 5 days in Toronto?
6
Like that's a lot. Nobody does 6 straight days.
at the Rogers Center.
How many days did Harry play?
Well, Harry did 2 at Scotiabank.
Only 2.
Yeah.
She's able to sell out, like she sold out the Rogers Center for six concerts, like
And people are still going to sit there and say that she sucks.
I know, and then you try and make the fans, like the fandom, like feel bad for liking what they like and like I don't know. It's just like sticky.
At some point, like I feel like people have to get bored constantly like harassing celebrities they don't know.
I don't think they do, and I think they also enjoy harassing the fans.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, because
people enjoy making you feel bad for liking boy bands or liking Taylor Swift or anything like that. I like because that's just like nobody makes fun of you for liking AC/DC or the Stones or anything like that. The people that get made fun of the most are people who like boy bands, Taylor Swift, like that kind of stuff, and then we get like shamed into not saying anything. The stereotype of like a fangirl is like a ditzy high school like popular girl that like knows nothing and just likes the bands and will be like a groupie and stuff like that, when in reality like there are so many highly educated like successful women that like Taylor Swift and One Direction and things like that. You know what I mean? People like reduce that to like your whole personality.
To like random people that I don't even know. They just assume that I'm this one thing and I'm nothing else. Like they're like, oh, she likes bands, like she likes One Direction and Five Sauce and whatever. So that's all she is. That's all she has to offer. I don't know how we got to that conclusion. I'm gonna let you think what you want because I don't actually know you and I don't care. And if you think that, I don't want to know you.
You like pop music or anything like that, and that's kind of like the only thing about you that like someone needs to know before they can judge everything about you. But it's only with like certain kind of music that they do that.
I wore that Five Sauce shirt first day of university because it brought me a little bit of comfort, which is so stupid because it's a t-shirt, but like it was like my comfort item at the time. I was actually very nervous to wear that shirt because I was like, here we go. Like, what's going to happen when I'm in the city? And then you complimented it. And I was like, wait, is this acceptable here? So
yeah.
Thanks.
It's so you're welcome. I feel the same way. Like I almost never wear, or I mean, I don't really have much merch, but like, I wouldn't really say anything or wear anything out because I don't want someone to like look at me or like, assume things. And so it's like, when you meet someone that's like-minded, it makes you feel like you're safer a little bit, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the judgment kind of stops.
And we're wearing matching
you do.
merch
I love
today.
This is my first thing I bought.
I know, this is your first piece of merch. This is like my 100th. You really a welcome monster. So thanks for that.
Hey, now you can be yourself. See, that's the thing. Being kind to someone and like finding someone with similar interests and not beating them down because of it helps someone feel good about who they are.
Who would have thought?
I know. No need to like drag people for what they like. They're not hurting anybody. Music and fandom and all that stuff are continually at the top of like what someone will make fun of you for.
Which is so weird because it's not even like it's an extension of you, but it isn't you. Like it's not like your entire personality is that one thing.
People like just take that and run with it, I guess. Like music now is so big that I think that it's like kind of just become whatever music you like is like your personality. That's kind of like it's on all the dating apps and all that stuff. Now you can link your Spotify and the songs that you listen to, like all of that stuff. Like music has like become such a big part of like who people are that like now people use that and like weaponize it.
And it's so funny that you bring up dating apps actually, because I have so many people that I know that like post their favorite Harry song, for example, and all of the men are like, oh, you're a basic white girl. It's a song.
Why can't I just be the white girl? I want to be in, like, Harry.
Like, what do you want from me? Like, what music? Do you want me to listen to Screamo? because not happening. Not from me,
I'll put a
anyways. Like,
Skrillex song on there now.
and then they're gonna be like, "You're a fake fan." Like, you can't win. You can't
No.
win.
Yeah, I don't know.
No
Music
idea.
has become like seriously ingrained in so much, like so much. Like the songs you know, like how well versed you are with everything is like people will judge you for it.
If you said that you like somebody and then the person that like you're talking to is like, "Oh, but like, do you know this fact? Do you know this fact?" And it's the most useless things ever. Like, they're like, "Do you know his blood type?"
The thing
Oh,
is, like people make it seem as like you can't just like the music. Like you have to like be completely obsessed with it. And it's like I love 5 Seconds of Summer, like I like Niall, I like Carrie, all that stuff, but I can't like name every single single or every song. Like I can't name everything. I don't know when their birthdays are. Like, but people would look at me and tell me like I'm a fake fan because I only, I don't listen to every single song. I don't love every single song. I don't know exactly when the album is coming out, all of that stuff.
especially now, like, I'm very much in the mix with Niall and Five Sauce specifically. Like, those are like the two that like I keep up with the most. But like, the only reason why I know these random facts about Niall is because I was trying not to off myself as a child and latched on to him specifically. So yeah, I know his birthday. At one point I probably did know what time he was born because that was what was going around, and I was like, "Oh my god." But like, I don't remember all this stuff because I'm 23 and I'm not going to remember what I was told about a man from Ireland 9 years ago.
But I also think that shouldn't be shamed either. I don't think that knowing everything about that or like, latching on to a certain artist or a type of music should be looked down on because it's like music is a form of therapy for so many people, and knowing that kind of stuff and like keeping up with it and like feeling like that person and like feeling connected to them is a form of self-care kind of, you know what I mean? It's a form of therapy, but people make fun of you for that.
People make fun of you for literally everything.
Yeah,
Like,
people are mean.
you're not invested enough, suddenly you're a fake fan. You're too invested, now you're obsessive and weird. It's like,
Yeah.
where do you want me to fall? For Niall specifically, like, I am the obsessed and overly involved, and I'm well aware. I know my place in that. But like, I'm not gonna look at you and be like, I'm better than you.
Yeah, I think that like we're two opposite sides of the spectrum. Like but we're not mean to each other.
No,
You
because we're
know that I don't
actually,
know everything. You send me the music that you know that I'm gonna like, and I listen to it and I like it. We go to the concerts and we sing the songs.
and like,
You tell me
for
when the dates
Niall,
are, I come.
and for Niall next year, when I find out the set list, I'm going to make you a playlist and send it to you. Like, there's no shame in that. If you don't know every single song and you don't memorize every single song, some people can't memorize words. That doesn't make you less of a fan. Like, if you listen to it and you enjoy it, that makes you a fan. You slayed. Thank you so much. Everyone say thank you, Emma.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you so much for coming back on. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So that's the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed filming it for you. Just a reminder, you're not weird for liking what you like. Music is very important and it's a very, very positive community to be a part of. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode.